regular meeting of the Lee County Board of Education will please come to order. Trey Newell will give the introduction.
Let's pray. Lord, today as we ask for your guidance, Lord, today we ask for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Be with us as we make decisions that affect students, staff, faculty, and friends. Amen.
I guess you're wondering, Mr. Griffin is not here, you can see, but he's ill and will be quarantined until Friday. He does not have the virus, but he is at home until Friday, so I'll be presiding today. We have the agenda before you, and we can do that by consent if it's okay. Okay, we'll get that consent. And now we're going to recognize some state champions, and Dr. Miller.
Yes, we have a group of very distinguished guests at the meeting today. As you can tell, the Lee County High School Gameday Cheer team are the state champions, and they're here with their coaches, and they're gonna tell us about what they did. This is a new sport, and what a great accomplishment. We're so proud of these young ladies. I know many, if not most of them, and they're outstanding in the classroom as well as in the competition. So, Ms. Jones.
Most of you know who I am, but I want you to meet Shalia Thompson. She's new to our school system this year, and she has come on, and she is awesome. She's so good. We're so happy to have her. Gameday Cheer is a new event that GHSA started sponsoring last year. It's also a collegiate competition that colleges, have been competing in for several years. It's a game day situation. So it's a lot of the things that you see the girls do on Friday nights, only elevated. So there's 3 different sections: cheer, crowd leading, band dance, and fight song. So you compete in 3 different preliminaries. And then out of those preliminaries, 5 teams make it to finals. And when you make it to finals, then they add in a game day situation, which was really new for us. Mr. Dowling probably remembers years ago when he would come in and just talk about football to us, because the girls really can't see the game. Where they're standing, they can't see what's going on the field. And so, you have to learn those things. So the announcer in the middle of your routine would call out like, Trojans are digging in to make a stop on the 10-yard line, and our girls would have to know if that was defense or offense. And that was challenging for us because that was new. We made it to finals, obviously, and they were absolutely wonderful. And when it was all over, we won 2 out of the 3 preliminaries. Our scores were higher than everybody else's in 2 out of the 3 preliminaries. And our final score was the highest score in the state. Nobody in the state, 1A to 7A, outscored us that day. So it was a very good day. It was very exciting. I think the most exciting part of it right now is that we only had 2 seniors on the floor. So out of the 24 girls, we have 22 that could possibly come back and do this again next year, and we're super excited about that. The other thing that I love is it is 24 girls, which for competition, we can only put 16 on the mat. So for this event, this sport competition, we can put 24, which, involves more kids, and when you're involving more kids, it's always better. So we have a great group of girl student athletes. They are very smart. We have several sitting here that have GPAs above 3.9. We're just super excited about representing Lee County in the way that we did, and we're just so very proud of them, and we appreciate the recognition, the time for recognition. So,
Congratulations.
Can we see a little sample?
Okay.
We didn't plan this ahead of time.
Are you ready? Well, we don't have our signs or anything. That was another thing. This involves a lot of props. So we had signs and we had flags that you'll see at the games this next season that we didn't have before. New palms, just different things that we had not really used that much. And now we have a much better understanding of how to use those things at games and how to get the crowd more involved in what we're doing. So, okay, we'll try one. Stand on up. You ready, Bill? Okay. Okay, so this is our situation. So before the situation, we would have already done our fight song, which, by the way, is our band. So the music for our fight song is our band, which was very cool too. So, you ready? Trojans fumble the ball.
Defense.
Let's go, Big Red. Defense! Defense! Let's go, Big Red. Defense! Defense! Let's go, Big Red.
And there you have it. Although we had signs and we have motions for all those words as well. But they did a great job. We were very proud. And very surprised when we got our score sheets to see that we were the highest score. We were very excited about that. Because the 7A team, this was their repeat. They had won last year, and then they won again this year, and we outscored them. So we were really excited about that. So thank y'all so much for having us.
Congratulations again, and you're welcome to stay, but I don't think you probably.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for February the 10th and the 24th. Is there a motion? The second? Okay, any questions? A motion and a second. Any discussion or any questions about the minutes? All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed? Passes. And the consent agenda, Dr. Miller?
We have a lengthy consent agenda today. The consent agenda includes 3 requests for fundraisers, 20 recommendations for employment, 9 resignations, 4 reassignments, and 4 out-of-state field trip requests.
Is there a motion to accept the consent agenda? Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion about the consent agenda? Any questions? All in favor, please say aye. All opposed? Okay. And Dr. Miller?
Yes, for the reports tonight, I want to begin by saying, or recognizing our school board. This is School Board Appreciation Month, and the National School Board Association believes public education is America's most vital institution. It is a civil right necessary to the dignity and freedom of the American people, and all children deserve equal access to an education which encourages them to reach their potential. And on behalf of Lee County Schools, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the dedicated men and women who make up the Lee County Board of Education. Strong board leadership is vital to the success of our students, and Lee County has long enjoyed having a group of student-focused leaders who ensure the success of our public schools. And I wanted to say thank you for your service on behalf of our students and this community.
Thank you.
And we will be celebrating this. You have some gifts, certainly to honor you, and we are blessed by your service, and we thank you for that. Moving right along in the information reports, SPLOST collections for February came in at $288,853.60. This return was lower than the 2 previous years for the month of February, but compared to years 2011 through 17, it was up. So that's SPLOST collections. Under food service, we instituted a new point of sale technology recently, and I would like to commend our food service and technology departments on a very smooth rollover, as well as our students and staff working with them. And while I'm making commendations, I want to say thank you to several groups of people for handling an unexpected early dismissal last Thursday with just did beautifully. We received a call from the city at 9:05 a.m. on Thursday morning that we would need to dismiss school by lunchtime. In less than 3 hours, we had 6,600 students provided lunch and loaded on buses or their cars or daycare vans and returned home. This is a great testimony to the leadership of our school system. Our principals, our food service, our transportation, we were fortunate. Many of our bus drivers work other jobs, but we were able to get them all back and just in less than 3 hours turn that situation around so that we could get the kids home safely. And I appreciate everybody's flexibility and patience. I want to thank our parents as well, because I know that was not easy on them to change plans so quickly, that we were able to do that, and that's great on behalf of our staff and our students. Moving right along, I would like to comment on student health services. If you'll look at your data for the clinic visits, they're typical for this time of year. Probably the highest category was headaches. I thought that was interesting for the month, but usually we're right around 5,000 visits, and we're in that neighborhood for this month. But I do want to take this opportunity to make a statement regarding COVID-19, also known as coronavirus. I know you've all heard a lot about this and it's been in the news. We've had a great deal of communication and information provided from our state partners and local community partners as well. But I would like to say this. Lee County Schools continue to monitor national and local reports regarding the spread of COVID-19. While there are currently no documented cases in Lee County, as a precaution, Lee County Schools are preparing for all possibilities regarding the spread of this virus, as well as enhancing preventative measures to safeguard the students and staff.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay. Under discussion action items, the first one is the request approval of the grades is 3 through 8, right? Summer school drive-bys. Dr. Miller, you want to speak to that?
Yes, ma'am. Each year we provide summer school for select students in elementary and middle school. But you'll note in the documentation provided for elementary, it actually says only grades 4 and 5. But I recommend that the board approve these guidelines and with the 3rd grade included. And I think I can speak on behalf of the principals that they support that recommendation.
Is there a motion?
I move that these guidelines be accepted.
Is there a second?
Sure.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the summer school guidelines for 3 through 8. Are there questions or discussion?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
You know, I know when we do summer school, and in the guidelines, it's 10 days, is that correct? Now, what is gonna be the main focus of summer school if you've just got 10 days? We're not doing science and social studies?
No, ma'am. I think Ms. Peppers could probably comment better than I can.
We focus on reading or math, whatever their weakest area is. We do a universal screener with all of the summer school kids. The first day that they're there, and then we give them another test at the end to track their progress. If they did not make as much progress as we wanted them to, then we also send home a packet for the remainder of the summer for them to work on.
Is it provisional that they complete something at home and then they're promoted?
Yes,
or,
ma'am. Yes,
you know,
ma'am.
I mean, okay, if they are tracking up, you're going by the milestone scores?
That is one of the criteria, but also with the promotional requirements.
Okay, so it's like their grades and
Yes, ma'am.
and the milestone
Yes, ma'am.
scores, and then you're giving a pre-test, they're going through 10 days?
Yes, ma'am.
What number are you looking at?
We have 10 in each grade from each school. I don't know about middle school, they're different.
20 students total?
So ours would be 30 at each school, so it'd be 60 students
Okay,
for elementary.
but it'll be 20 in third, 20 in fourth.
Yes, 10 from each zone. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
and it's gonna be located on the middle school campus?
It'll be at middle school east this year. That way we can do food service and buses, so it doesn't have an additional cost.
When you send the material home,
Yes, ma'am.
does it come back and you personally
Yes,
check
ma'am.
it? And then you make a determination?
Yes,
at
ma'am, I
that
meet with all the
point whether
parents.
the child is going to move on
Yes,
or
ma'am.
remain?
It's due back the week that administrators come back, so we have the end of that week to check it, and then we, call or meet with the parents. And in the past, I think this is our 4th year, and, we've only had one student that did not, meet our requirements.
Are most of the students transported by bus?
It's about half and half for elementary, yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Any other discussion or questions? Ready to vote then, that, we will approve the summer school grades 3 through 8, the guidelines. All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, none opposed. The next one is to request approval of the kindergarten through 5 English language arts literacy resource. We discussed this last month and Brooke talked to all of us about and we answered questions, and we know how much it costs, and, it is in the budget, right, to pay for this. So is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
The second?
Sure.
Okay. It's been, moved and seconded that we approve the K-5 ELA literacy resource. Questions or discussion?
This will be, is it going to be online? Help just refresh my,
It's both.
it's online and the
Yes,
teachers
ma'am.
are going to have
The
books?
resources will be
Available online, but the kids will have materials in hand, and teachers.
The materials the students have, is it a workbook form or are we running, the sheets for the students?
no running.
Is necessary. They'll have, it's workbook-like, it's stories, it's the books that they'll use, but they also are in, they have little unit booklets that they have, so we won't have to make any copies.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, you ready to vote? All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, it's 4-0. The next one is to provide a bus and driver for the 4-H project Achievement in Perry, and they request a waiver of all costs. That would be, they have the driver, I believe, and we will pay for gas and any other costs.
We'll provide the driver.
We'll provide.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, this is a competition in Perry,
In Perry.
and they would transport about 30 students. Most of those kids are Lee County kids. I'm sure there's probably some homeschool or private school as well, but the majority are our students.
Is there a motion?
I move that we approve.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
It's moved and seconded that we grant permission for the 4-H achievement project to put a Perry, where we will waive all costs. Any questions or discussion? All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, it's 4-0. The next one is the appointment of the legislative delegate and alternate delegate for the GSBA Delegate Assembly in Savannah. I believe, Ms. Ford, you were the delegate last year, and I wonder if you'd be willing to, I think you're the one who's going this year, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
would you be willing to serve again this year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And because Mr. Blue, you're not going, and, okay, so if you don't mind, okay, but we do need to make it legal, so is there a motion?
I move we appoint Ms. Donna.
Excuse me?
I was saying, I move we appoint you.
Oh, thank you.
Second.
Okay, so moved and seconded that we appoint Ms. Ford to be the delegate for the Georgia School Boards Association Delegate Assembly in June. All in favor, please, we don't need any discussion, all in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, 3 and 1 abstention, thank you, Ms. Ford, for agreeing to do that. Now we need a delegate, so we need a name to put on the paper that goes to the Georgia School Board Association. So, Jennifer can type that name on the paper. Even though that person may not be attending, but we can depend on Mrs. Ford to be there. Does anybody want to volunteer to put a name on the paper?
I mean, is this a backup, something?
Yeah, you're the backup, but if you can't go, you can't go. We'll put your name on it. Okay, we'll have to vote on that. Is there a motion for the delegate? Am I making this complicated enough?
Yes.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded that we put Mrs. Ryan on she is the delegate to the School Board Association, whatever. On the phone, please raise your hand. Okay, that's signed, sealed, and delivered. Okay, this can just take an explanation about the legislative positions. Dr. Miller, you want to, or?
I'll let you,
You know how it
talk
goes.
about that.
It's that if you take a position that you would like for the Georgia School Boards Association to present to the legislature, like they are, like every year it comes up that they don't want it to be nonpartisan anymore. Some schools don't want it to be nonpartisan, but then there are those who say we'd like for all the 180 schools to have a nonpartisan board. And every year, when I was on the committee, they would they argue about it. I don't know if they did last year or not, but it never has passed that the school, because some boards elect Republicans, Democrats, and Independents or whatever, but that's no longer. But anyway, that would be a position. Or if you have something that you think that the school boards ought to ask the legislature to enact. So if we wanted if we wanted the legislature to do that, then we would have to write it out, get permission, agreement from all the board, and present it to the Governmental Operations Committee of the school board, and then they would say, hey, that sounds good, let's put it in the paper. And if you want to know what's already, the positions they have already taken up, you can find it online. And it's kind of long, but it's interesting to read. Does that confuse everybody? Okay. But anyway, there's no action that we'll take other than to know that it's available if you want to. If you say, well, why doesn't the legislature do this? Well, here's your chance to say what they want to do. Okay? Okay? If there's no other business,
Can I ask a question? Is there someone from the high school?
Hi.
Hancock.
Thank you. Dr. Hancock. This urban air, and I meant to ask this question before we actually voted on the consent agenda. How many students, it never gave us a number of how many students would be attending that urban air down in Tallahassee?
The urban air in Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm reading this correctly, that says Lee County Middle School East. And I hope that's true, because off the top of my head, I don't know that
Oh,
answer.
I'm sorry, you're right, yes.
And I would like to say, I cannot answer that question. I would have to ask
I
Ms.
couldn't.
Duke, because I was,
I think they're taking the minibus and they were keeping it below the required number. I called about it,
Would you like me to step out and call Ms. Duke and ask her that question?
No, it wasn't in here, and I just didn't know exactly how many students would be participating.
yes, ma'am. I apologize for not getting that.
It looked like, there would be a lot of activity and physical fitness and different things, so I just had that question, but it's fine, I can check on that later.
We'll find out.
is that motion to adjourn? Second? All in favor, please rise. Thank you very much for coming. And notice the time.